everyone. We're so glad that you're here joining us this morning. So Ashely and I will be sharing a practice that will focus on lower body. Many of us have been sitting a little bit more than we're used to, and there have been requests to just give the lower body a little love. So that's what we'll be focusing on, and also focusing on gratitude. So we're so grateful to be able to share these peaceful practices with you, and we hope that you have a sense of connection, even though we're not physically together this morning. So we always like to begin our practice in a way that helps us to feel at ease and at home. If you would like to come onto your back right now, you could do that. You might choose to stay seated. We will be using a strap and blocks today if you have them nearby. If not, remember, we have many props to lend out, to give away, if that will help support you in your practice. So supine, seated, you might even choose to begin in child's pose or mountain pose. We invite you to, once your body settles, to rest on the abundance that we experience in our lives every single day. And we're going to shift from being a grateful person to living and breathing gratitude. So let's come into our breath and just notice that healthy diaphragmatic breath that really helps us to tone and regulate our nervous system. We might start by being grateful for each breath, because it was never promised to us. And we'll see that gratitude is not about getting something, but more about realizing what is already there. Seeing that life is working for us and not against us, no matter what is playing out on the collective screen. And the fact that life is working for you is illustrated in the next few facts I'm going to be sharing with you. So the fact that we exist with 7 billion other people on this planet is where we begin. The odds of your mom meeting your dad, 1 in 20,000. The odds of them talking, although not necessary, dating, although not necessary, having a relationship that results in marriage and a family, although not necessary, are 1 in 40 million. Due to the high numbers of possibilities in reproductive material from your mother and father, the odds of half of your mother's genes meeting half of your father's genes to create you 1 in 400 quadrillion. This does not even take into account that your ancestors all lived to a reproductive age. The actual probability of you being here in this moment comes out to 1 in 10 to the 2,685,000 degree. So yes, that's 1 in 10 followed by 2,006,185 zeros. So take a moment to reflect on that, to realize how magnificent it is that we're all here together. Touching into the gratitude for being able to experience this life, this world. Begin our warm-up on our backs. If you're not there already, please move slowly into that supine position. Sensing our breath, feeling the rise and fall of that diaphragmatic breath. And if we feel ready to add some movement, we'll do that initial big long stretch, like we're waking up from a nap. Arms overhead, stretching away from our center, inviting space. And then slowly bringing the soles of the feet to the mat. Hands come down alongside the body. And we'll be moving our arms in a snow angel kind of way. So you might need to move some props out of the way. The palms face down, and as we inhale, we'll stretch our arms out, palms spinning up, thumbs coming closer together, maybe touching, and our spine is arching away from the spine. As we exhale, the arms flow alongside the body, and we're pressing into feet and pressing our whole spine into the mat. Inhaling, arms overhead, spine away from the mat. And exhaling as we press our spine into the mat, option to lift head and shoulders. So we'll all be finding our own flow, remembering to ask the question, how can this practice serve me best today? Flowing the arms, flowing gratitude. Let's do 2 more. This gentle movement of the pelvis, gentle flexion and extension of the spine. As we exhale, we'll draw our knees into our chest. And just allow your body weight to tip over to one elbow, heavy and relaxed, finding nourishment here. Completely supported and cared for our entire life. That is nourishment. And then we'll take our hands to the tops of our knees and flex our feet. Begin to move the knees in single knee circles. So because we're going to be focusing on lower body relief today, we'll do quite a few movements that warm the lower body in this first part of our practice. We're feeling as we steer the knees around, and as we meet at center, work in the other direction. Feeling really good as we release our hips. When the knees meet at center, we'll be moving through a movement that really comes from our kids' yoga, but feels pretty awesome for big kids too. So we'll hug in, knees to chest. It's an option to lift head and shoulders. As we inhale, we're expanding out, sending fingers and toes away. Exhaling as we draw in. So think of a butterfly emerging from a cocoon. And as you exhale, bring your body into that tiny little compact cocoon shape. Butterfly as we expand. Cocoon as we exhale and draw in. Finding the optimal amount of movement. Let's do 2 more. Staying with our in-breath and out-breath. And from here, we'll bring our feet to the sky, meeting at center. Let's point and flex the toes. Working into ankles. Maybe we want to draw some circles. And then we'll pause. And we're actually going to move through a flowing pigeon right now. We'll take that same movement of butterfly, opening our legs. You can hold outer edges to support. As you exhale, come into figure 4 or a double pigeon if the knees can stack. Inhale, send the feet up and out. And as we exhale, upper body hugs the lower body in. It's just for a moment, but a nice way to ease into a pigeon pose that we'll be doing later. Exhaling until we feel deep in each side of the hip. Probably doesn't take too much to feel. Let's do 2 more. Breathing in to open. Exhaling, figure 4 or double pigeon. You can follow either Ashley or I. We'll be demonstrating different variations today. Let's inhale, feet to the sky. And we're going to alternate knee to chest into extension. If you can hold your shin, if you'd like to use your strap, if you want to bring hand to foot, we're going to hug knee to chest. Let's place our left foot on the mat first. That'll be more stable. Then inhale, stretch the right leg out. Exhaling, knee to chest, maybe towards the armpits. And then extending out. Easing into softer hamstrings. Stretching inner thighs as well. Exhaling in one more time. foot to the sky. Just pausing for a moment here. Take time to create space. Use your breath to create space. Belly rises and falls. Right foot to the mat. And we can hold our left leg or put a strap around the foot or hold the outer edge. Well, take a breath in, and as we exhale, hug in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale to lengthen. We've got a few more, so move with your own breath. Finding just a really satisfying feeling as you open up. One more time. Exhaling, knee to chest or armpit. And then we're going to send left foot to the sky and pause. Shoulders pressing towards the mat. We're not forcing, we're finding that really good, not too much, not too little space. Take one more deep breath, belly rising and falling. And then we'll release this. Let our knees tip to one side and come up to seated. Taking our feet about as wide as the mat, the fingertips coming behind, either pointing forward or away. Let's right away lift the chest. We always want to elongate our spine before we twist. So we'll take a breath in here. With the exhale, knees are lowering right. You might press into your left foot. Breathe in and shift the other way. And at the same time the knees are flowing, you might need to be walking your hip bones back. So we're feeling into lengthening the front hip and thigh. And the more you press into your outside foot, the more you will feel that. We're going to continue this movement in our lower body and add a nice little reach with our upper body. So the next time our knees fall to the right, our left hand is going to reach. Inhale through center, and as you exhale, reach. Breathing in. Head and heart stay lifted. Spine stays long. Feeling the in-breath. And then we exhale all the air out as we twist. Breathing, feeling, and listening. We'll go one more time right and one more time left. Making our way through center, sending the feet wide. I'm going to use a block for this next straddle movement. So remember, in this straddle position, if our back is rounding, we might want to double up our mat. Provide a little cushion under the hips. And knees can be bent, but the back stays long. So I'm going to use this block to inhale as I sit up nice and tall. As we exhale, we'll push the block away. Inhale, rise, and exhale, easing in. Breathing in. Lean into gratitude. Leaning always in the direction of gratitude. tall, crossing our ankles, or we could send our legs straight out if that feels better. We're gonna warm our shoulders and neck. So we'll round our seat, loop the shoulders down and back. Begin to release the neck by drawing some quarter-sized circles in front of your face. If that feels good, we might move out to a saucer-sized circle, maybe a salad plate. Just feel your way around, reversing. So this movement not only releases tension in the neck, but we reduce calcification. If you're hearing a soundtrack of crunchiness, this movement can help to reduce calcification in the cervical spine, always with a gentle approach. It also opens the energy from the heart to the head. The neck is often the bottleneck. From here, let's pause, sweep to the sky, drop our right hand onto the mat. You might have a slight bend in your elbow, but we're really supported under that right hand. Yeah, you might need a block. Thanks for demonstrating that. So left fingers are twirling. And let's go ahead and drop our fingers towards our shoulder and just draw some circles with your elbow. Pressing into our seat and into our right hand. We will be up and flowing soon. Be patient with the process of warming the body. Let's reverse. And you can stay with this circling elbow or even circle the whole arm. Just exploring what is possible, what's going on in that left shoulder. And at some point, drop that left hand to the mat. Right hand reaches up. We're pressing into left hand, pressing into our seat, moving right fingers. Anyone else experiencing more wrist tension these days? If you're at a computer more, remember to send your wrists and your neck a little love. So right fingers come to right shoulder. We can circle the elbow or circle the arm. We'll go a few times in each direction. And reversing. And releasing both hands to the earth. Just place your hands somewhere that helps you to ground. Take a moment here to connect to this feeling of groundedness amidst all the chaos and confusion. Touching the earth mudra. One more breath. And then rising up. It's easy to be caught in our head these days, isn't it? So much information, so many different opinions. From all fours, we're going to move through a flowing, extended kneeling mountain child's flow. As you breathe in, fly up, rise up. As you exhale, dive down into child's pose. Inhale, spontaneous gratitude. Let it bubble up from deep within. Not the gratitude that comes from external things, but true joy and gratitude that come from within. We bow to our many blessings. So many blessings. Let's pause in child's pose. Take a moment here to take a breath. Every time we come to child's pose, we return to gratitude, making it our baseline attitude. From child's pose, we'll breathe in, opening fingers wide, finding kneeling plank, exhaling into downward facing dog. This is an easing in. We're seesawing. Shift forward, nice and strong, plank or kneeling plank. The exhale takes us to child's pose or back to downward facing dog. So noticing where our energy is at today, and grateful for this practice that helps us to bring balance. If we've been low in our mood or in our energy, we might need to stay up, get flowing, activate a little fire, right? If we've been anxious and still very busy, we might just flow from child's to plank. Let's exhale to child's or down dog one more time, and we're going to pause here. Gratitude for the miracle that we are here together. Thank you for being with us today. Let's come to all fours for cat-cow. The hands open wide. And we set our knees. We're meticulous about lining up as we breathe in and radiate away from center, arching our back in cow. Exhaling, arching in the opposite direction for cat. So let's close our eyes and use our in-breath to find cow, our out-breath to find cat. That is what is most nurturing and conducive. And if we have any stuck energy, this is a great way to move it. Get things flowing. Move away from lack and the things that we don't have to recognize what we do have, what's there. One more breath in and one more breath out. Meeting a neutral spine and finding our kneeling plank. So we'll take a breath in here, and as we exhale, downward facing dog. Again, opening the hands even wider. We'll press down and forward into our hands that are shoulder width apart, feet are hip width apart. If we would like stillness, we'll hold and breathe. If we want to pedal, you might alternate heel presses, or you might even shift both heels and bend your knees. So let's get a little playful and creative in our own practice. As we open our hips, we might notice that, because that is the area of our body. When it's open and healthy, that helps us to be playful and creative. We'll make our way back into downward dog. And yogi's choice, we can walk hands to feet or feet to hands, either way. But we move mindfully. Finding our first forward fold. Remember, a bend in the knees, if that's what we need to keep our back long. Little shake of the head. Connect to an attitude of gratitude. As we inhale, we'll come to monkey, lengthen out. As we exhale, we let go. surrender to all that is unresolved. Inhale, lengthen out. We exhale and fold. One more time, lengthening out. And then exhaling, soft fold. As we inhale, let's bend our knees and press into our feet. We root down to rise up. Hands come to the heart, to the hips. Little yogi stair stepper. So we're alternating, lifting right heel and then left. You might need to take your feet wider to feel more stable. But have a sense of opening your feet, feeling the balls of the feet. Mountain pose is where we'll meet. Both feet grounded. You might lift and spread out your toes. As we move through flying bird, Kriya, let's bring hands to the heart. As we inhale, we'll lift our right foot, step it back, and spread our wings. Coming to the top of the mat, we can return to mountain or chair. Inhaling as we open. Make it your own. Doesn't have to look any particular way. Stabilizing through our feet. Number one, right? Adabandha. Step the right foot back one more time. Gratitude soars. And we meet in mountain pose. Touch in on the breath. Feel the flow. Two sun salutations. So Ashely will demonstrate modified, and I will demonstrate full. You might want to come a little forward so they can see you better. I just realized. Are you good? There we go. All right, so we're grounded here. Breathing in, fingertips trace the sky. We open. As we exhale, we dive down. Inhaling, right foot back to lunge or kneeling lunge. As we exhale, child's or downward facing dog. Inhaling forward to plank or kneeling plank. We're going to come all the way down onto our belly. A gentle landing. Activating legs, drawing shoulders back for cobra. Exhaling. Inhale, press to plank or kneeling plank. Exhale to downward dog. Breathing in, right foot sweeps skyward. As we exhale, lunge or help it to the top. Inhaling, left foot forward and exhaling into a fold. Circle sweeping. And exhaling into chair pose. One more time, left side. One breath, one movement. Feeling harmony with our choices. Left foot back, lunge or kneeling lunge. Child's or downward facing dog. Breathing in, feeling that wave of energy. Align our bodies in plank. We lower all the way or part way. Cobra or up dog if that's your thing. Inhaling, plank or kneeling plank. Exhaling, down dog. Left foot skyward. Big, giant step to the top. Help it if you need to. Step up and exhale into forward fold. Reversing. And exhaling into chair. Let's inhale up. Arms into a V. Let radiate. Let gratitude be what radiates from you right here, right now. And then hands reach behind. Chest expansion, opening the heart. Sometimes we build a little bit of armor around our heart. Let this posture help you feel a kind of cracking open. One more breath. Let's bring the hands in front. Hooking our thumbs into Garuda Mudra, the palms face inward. Our left foot steps back. We could come to lunge or warrior one. Okay, let's find any variation. Taking care of our back foot. The chest lifts. Garuda Mudra at the heart. As we inhale, let's flow that gratitude out into the world. Set it free. Sense it in your own heart. And then share it. Breathing in, feeling that stretch in between the shoulder blades as we press forward and up. One more time. Inhaling, hands to the sky. If you need a little break, you can straighten your front leg. And I think we might need to move our back foot up. Let's swan dive down. Step our back foot up so that our feet look like they're cross-country skiing. And we can draw our right hip crease back. Bring left hip crease forward. We'll make our way up. So it's a shorter stance. We're going to flow with pyramid before we hold it. Inhaling up. As we exhale, hands could come to right thigh, to the heart, or fingertips could reach behind. Breathe in. We're pressing down firmly to stay stable and grounded. We'll inhale to rise one more time. Exhale, coming into any variation of pyramid. So we might be using our body, we might be using blocks, we might be using the floor. To adjust what you're feeling in this pose, you can either bend your right knee for a little less sensation, or press into your right foot for more sensation. And really take time to connect to your breath. And as we take a breath in, we'll lift the head and heart, keeping our hands supported. Let's walk our hands forward, coming into three-point balance, or standing splits. So we might choose to stay here. You can again soften that right knee. Left foot is shooting energy straight back or to the sky. Both hands can stay on the floor. Or right hand might want to come to right ankle. Maybe the left hand too. Remembering that everything is as wonderful as you're willing to make it. We'll slowly release this and meet in monkey. Really pressing into shins to help create more space down the length of the spine. Inhaling to the sky. Meeting in mountain pose. If it's comfortable for you, close your eyes. We're here for 3 breaths. finding the right depth. Then lift up in your upper body. Shoulders are relaxed. Our thumbs hook, palms turn inward. Pressing through both feet. If we're feeling any challenges with our balance today, you could stay right here. Otherwise, we have that option to inhale and exhale. So we're all sending something out into the world. Let's make sure that it's what we want to send into the world. Allowing gratitude to be more about the kind of life we want to live over the things we want to have. Breathing into the top. We'll exhale, hands to the earth. Step our back foot up. So all 10 toes point forward. You might check in with a level sacrum here. You can find support on your own body. If you don't have props, use blocks, use the floor. And kind of melt into opening the left leg. Our hamstrings are grateful. As we stay and we breathe, we keep our attention in the present moment. As we inhale, chest comes parallel to the floor. We'll keep our hands on whatever's supporting us. Walk them forward, shifting weight into the left foot. Right foot floats up behind. If we choose to stay here, this is a beautiful place to build strength. If you would like to drop your head, maybe lift your right foot a little bit more. Bring your nose towards your knee. Find your variation of standing splits. With the option to bring left hand to left ankle. And maybe right hand. One more breath. Releasing this down, forward, fold, letting go. Let's step our right foot back. Come to the long edge and take hands to thighs. Press to rise up. We're going to set our feet in our moonflower stance, so very stable and strong and supported. Let's either keep hands on thighs or take arms out. Goalpost arms is somewhere in the middle. And we're just going to sway our sun pose a little bit. Shifting the weight from foot to foot. Just a river of gratitude as we flow. Chest is lifted here. Come to center. Inhale, and then exhale, hinge forward. And again, hands could be on thighs. We're going to sway here. Expressing. Let the body be free to express. As we pause at center, let's bring hands to thighs. Turn our heels in. Find sun pose. Maybe we stay in this horse stance. Arms out, arms overhead. If you want a little more challenge. Remember to breathe. down to the balls of the feet here too, which I always forget to offer. We'll release this. Rise up, straightening the legs. You can heel toe feet together or bend your back knee and step back up. Pose. Feeling the warmth and energy, the gratitude that we've created, that lives within us. On an in-breath, let's extend up to the sky. With our out-breath, forward fold. Stepping back to all fours. Taking a moment here, taking a breath. Let's use our exhale to drop back. Just another time and place to connect to gratitude. So there's a lot of research out there that points to the fact that a grateful heart really brings us an optimal state of health and well-being. So to make gratitude your baseline attitude is a really great practice. Coming to all fours. We're going to come into a lizard pose. So let's walk our hands to the left. Lunge or help our right foot to the top. Coming down, letting the weight of the pelvis drop. We have support under our hands. And I'm making fists here. You could use a block. I know many of you love to come down on the forearms. So if that is, yeah, with the block works really well. So allow yourself to feel into the hips. And there is the idea that we need to get closer to the earth in this pose, but actually we want to extend forward. So yes, gravity is dropping the pelvis and opening the hips, but we are also lengthening forward, making sure we're not rounding to get closer to the earth. From here, let's just shift our left hip over. Coming into a modified pyramid, sometimes called half split. You could also take this into full splits. And the way we do that is just to have support under our hands and to extend that leg forward. And the key is to find your soft edge and to be able to breathe into it. So making sure we're not overdoing. Stay another 2 or 3 breaths, just finding what feels right. Energy is extending out through the legs, so the legs are not inactive. We'll meet in kneeling lunge. And since we missed our balancing dancer pose, I knew there wouldn't be time for everything. Let's send our right foot back. Wrists are under shoulders. Our left hand is opening and our left toes are kicking off the mat. Side plank with that dancer option. If you want to bend your right knee, even if we cannot catch our ankle, reaching back will bring balance into your body, opening the front, spinning the heart to the sky, staying connected to each breath. breath. As we release this, we'll bring our right foot back to the top of the mat because we want to get a pigeon pose in. So we help our right foot anywhere between 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Lengthen the left leg back and ease our way down. So the option, if we have sensitive knees, some knees do not like this much flexion. I'm going to demonstrate that. So we warmed up in figure 4. And now we're going to work a little more deeply since our body is warm. It takes a while for us to really warm internally and to be ready. So it's a deep stretch. Remember to breathe deeply. If we're forward facing, the more we relax, the more we benefit. If we're on our back, we're just drawing the lower body in until our right hip senses a deep stretch. From here, we'll find our way out. So I'm going to just come back to all fours. Ashley might walk up, untuck her bottom leg. Then we can find child's or downward facing dog. Meeting in all fours. Left foot forward for lizard. So we're avoiding this kind of movement, rounding, and instead pulling the chest forward, having support under our hands. Let's also, I should have mentioned this on the other side, stacking the knee over the ankle. And we find our depth. Use your awareness to be where you're benefiting most. Lengthening forward. It's easy to become distracted or to be caught in our mind. Try to stay with the sensations of the body. Really giving ourselves this gift of yoga by being here now. And only when your right front hip feels complete, shift back. Half pyramid. Our left toes curl back towards us. The amount of pressure we're putting in our left heel can help you find what you need. Also maybe a bend in the knee if there's some resistance. Yes.
It's one of my favorites.
It is so good. And the option is to take it forward, but ask yourself why. Okay? Are we going forward because we think more is better? Or is it better for our body? More is not always better. Better for you is better.
Following the true self, not the ego.
Huh. Yeah, so we breathe deeply. Legs are active here. We're breathing down into our hips. If we could imagine delivering healing energy. We're not really taking oxygen to the hips. It's prana. It's awareness and energy. As we prepare to ease our way back, we come into left foot extending behind, and we're headed to side plank with right toes kicking off the mat. And you can certainly, if you are looking for a full side plank, you might choose to be there instead. Otherwise, you can bend that top knee, focusing on left front hip, staying light in our bottom wrist. We might even come up on the pads of the fingers. Smile at the sun. Head and heart towards the front of our mat. And as we release this, we're headed to pigeon. So left foot comes back up to the top of the mat. We might lift or bring that foot anywhere between 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Our right leg extends back, and we find just the right place to be. So remember the supine variation. Anytime we force ourselves into a pose and there's discomfort, we're harming ourselves. So let's make sure we know what is sensation and a feel-good stretch versus pain. Supine pigeon. Let's stay a few more breaths. Supine or forward facing. And forward facing, can we let go? Let go of the need to control. Let go of the need to know. Let go of the need to be right. Only when you're ready. Bring the hands in under the body if you're on your back. Finding whatever you need. Rolling to the side, coming to seated. Seated is where we're going to meet. So I find these days I really enjoy just being elevated. So sitting very tall. If you need support under your hips, please take that now. We'll breathe in and out a few times here. We can close our eyes or keep our gaze downward. And can we shift from calling ourselves a grateful person to being a living and breathing expression of gratitude? Sense what that looks like and sense how that feels viscerally. So much to be thankful for. And then we'll bring our attention back, blinking the eyes open. And we're going to take a mudra. This is Dhyana mudra. So thumb and index finger touch as if you're holding a pen. And you can begin to make figure eights. It's as if you're painting. If we think about Gandhi's quote, "My life is my message." Create a beautiful masterpiece of your own life here. Love and gratitude. Staying connected to the energy of the heart. And let's just go ahead and bring that right hand to the heart. Take a moment, in this moment, feel fully supported, completely blessed and cared for. And then release the right hand. We'll come to a seated straddle. You still might want to stay on your block. I'm going to use mine as a prop to support my hands. So old-fashioned, move flesh out of the way if that helps you to plug in better. Really ground your seat. You might even press into your thighs. And we'll inhale tall and exhale as we extend forward. Very active feet. We're pressing out through our heels. Stretching out through the crown of the head. And it is okay, once we're as long as we can go, if we'd like to relax the head and there is slight rounding, but we still have that sense of extending forward in our forward fold. Breathe into hips and inner thighs. One more breath. And then rising up. Coming onto our backs. And bring a strap if you have one. I realize it's 10:30. We'll do just a couple poses before we come into Shavasana. So because we are warm, if you have a strap, you can also use a kitchen towel or even your hands. We're going to use one leg to help us ease onto our back. We might bring both knees to chest. Place a strap around the ball of the right foot or interlace and hold behind. We've got about 5 to 10 breaths of staying on our soft edge. So the edge changes as muscles relax. Be present for what is necessary in any given moment, always being where you're benefiting most. When you're ready, release and switch sides. Keeping our left shoulder, if it's holding a strap, or even if it's interlaced behind our thigh, let's make sure our shoulders are pressing down towards the earth. If you can reach, you might hold your foot. Let's breathe. 5 good breaths here. Making sure our belly is soft and moving. Each breath in, each breath out. We'll meet both knees drawing into the chest. And one last symmetrical pose, supine frog. The option is to hold our outer thighs for support, or if we'd like more sensation, hands to inner thighs. Our feet are flexed, and the soles of the feet are shining forward, not to the sky, unless you're wanting a happy baby pose. Press the sacrum and shoulders down, broaden the front body. Expand with gratitude. Big deep breath in. Wherever your hands are now, help your knees together. A little rocking if you like, or feet right to the mat. We're coming into Shavasana, a place of ultimate surrender where we are asked to do absolutely nothing. And let's see if we can just rest in the heart, rest in love, rest in gratitude. Let it be all that matters for the next few minutes. Making every day a perpetual thanksgiving. Making your life a perpetual thanksgiving. Slowly as we bring the soles of our feet to the mat, allowing the knees to fall in either direction and the rest of the body following along. A deep breath here. We'll press into our top hand to begin rising as we meet back in any tall seated posture. Take a deep breath. And let's seal this practice together by taking a big community breath in, lifting our energy, lifting the vibration.